hello, hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. Let me get this lighting together. Lighting together. Hello, hello, hello. Super excited. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is gonna be a good day. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, it is super, super time to get started. I know some of y'all might be out shopping, spending up your money. I understand. I understand. Maybe you'll get into the heart of this come the new year. But today is the day. Yes. I just want y'all to see my face before we get started. I just did a facial. Pores. Everything just feels so good. Good, good, good. I'm super happy. This morning I did a little semi-workout. But anyway, I'm excited. If you are on, let me know, let me know, let me know. To see if you guys are here with me. And let's see what's going on. Oh, good morning. Listen, I tell the Lord, if I don't have but one faithful servant, yes, Debbie, 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 good morning. Good morning. I'm in my Oprah tone today. Everything is a sing-along. Yes, Debbie, good morning. And I didn't send any more updates because I figure if people gonna get on, they're gonna get on, they're gonna get on. But I got Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. Debbie, do you see my skin glistening? Glistening. I just did what I needed to do. And I'm so excited. Yes. So excited. So excited. I'm pushing buttons, Debbie, so I don't know. No, that's not what I want. Okay. That's not what I want. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Now, how do I get this down from here? Okay. Stay with me. All right. It's cycling. It was circling because what I did was I was trying to invite others. Okay. I'm back. I just invited. I sent out the link. All right. So it's 3 minutes. So what is the weather like? I was asking you questions. I didn't know that you couldn't hear it. What is the weather like there? It's kind of chilly here, but you know, I'm in Northern California, so it's always kind of cold here. In the morning, early morning, it's cold here. And I'm just super excited. My skin is glistening. I love it. I love it. I love it. It feels so good. So is it raining? Is it 50 degrees? Is it 70 degrees? Is it sunny? Because it's like not, okay, it should be about 10 o'clock there. Yeah. I am in full mode here. So, okay, we got somebody else. Who else is on the line? Who else is on the line? But anyway, the weather's good here. And I'm just really excited. Have you got ready for the new year? Or should I say for Christmas going into the new year? Because that's what we're talking about today. Budgeting for 2024. Oh, you said it's overcast and chilly. Yeah, it's overcast here too, but it's real chilly in the morning. Around 10 o'clock here, it'll get nice until about 4, and then it'll start getting a little overcast and start getting cold again because there's no sun out. No sun out. All right, Debbie. Well, I'm going to do a quick recap from last week and we're going to go in because you know what, Debbie? If nobody else shows up, you and I, we got this. We got this. Yep. Okay, so last week we talked about being able to have a budget, controlling your spending, and having some emergency savings. This week, we want, money tea in the house. Money tea, money tea, money tea, money tea, money tea, money tea. Boom, boom. I wish I could do some beatbox and stuff and really impress. Money T is the musical wizard, the production engineer, the music maker, the singer, and RN, and now, what is it? DNP, Doctor of Nurse Practice. She was the valedictorian. Yes, about 2 months ago. Yep, and she just passed her boards. Yes, give a shout out, give a shout out, give a shout out. We are excited for you. I'm telling you, nurses rock, nurses rock, nurses rock. Debbie is a nurse as well. Yes, and Debbie is an MP too. I forgot you're an MP too. Both of y'all are MPs. Yes. Oh, this is so lovely, my two MPs. Yes. Oh, this is lovely. Yes, Debbie been an MP for a long time though. Yep. How long, Debbie, have you been an MP? Debbie's a little slow this morning. But anyway, everything's all good. Oh, Debbie says, nice, congrats. Yeah. So both of us, I got my MPs in the house, MPs in the house. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, let me get back to my professionalism. Y'all, y'all don't understand. I just did a cleanse of my face and oh my God, Money T. Debbie has been an MP for 22 years. Oh my goodness. That's a long time. Long time. Whew, okay. Well, we're excited because we need to expand ourselves in our profession, whatever we so desire to do. But Money T, I tell you, she started all the way from entry level and worked her way up and up and up and up and up. Like no nursing, going into there and just doing. I kind of feel like she and I was on the same trajectory, but I stopped at my master. She just went going. But that is amazing. And also, we're giving a shout out to Money T. I want to also give a shout over in Alabama by way of Atlanta to Inga. She graduated with her master's, and then she got her doctoral, and now she's an MP. She did all that in like 3 years. And she just graduated, I think the 18th or 19th, whatever last Wednesday was. So now she's got to sit and take her boards too, Money T. So I'm going to have to send her over there to you to get some pointers, Yep. You might have took the scenic right. How to say, it is not where you start, it's where you land it. Now you're here, as Drake say. Now you're here. That is what is good. Yeah, so Inga just graduated, and then I give a shout out to my friend. I'm not gonna give her name because she acts so really crazy if you even mention her. But I am gonna mention that she got her engineering degree. Yes, her engineering degree. She just graduated. I think hers was the 18th or the 19th too, for engineering in South Carolina. Yes. So all my people, and she has 2 kids, and they all got advanced degrees, and she went back. So I am super excited for her. And she's been doing the engineering role, but not getting paid at the engineer level. Well, she getting paid good, but you know what I mean. Not getting paid as an engineer or her title as an engineer. So now that she will be able to do that. And I think she just did it just because, you know, sometimes you just do things for yourself. Check that off the box and keep it moving. So it doesn't matter how we start, it's how we finish. And I just want you guys to just take a minute and just be happy. Be grateful for the things that you have accomplished, that you had your mental faculties and the physical agility and strength to get up every day, to read, to study, to go to class, go to clinicals, still provide for your family, still work another job, wake up early and doing what you need to do, going to bed late at night, just making it happen. The wear and tear on your body, but it's okay because it's over. Too much is given, much is required. And I am just so grateful and thankful that you did not give up on yourself and you did not give up on your family. You went to that last mile. Every time you thought you was going to give up, every time you felt like quitting, every time the student loan people messed up, every time the Department of Finance messed up, you still kept going. Every time your boss wouldn't give you the days off you needed, every time some drama in your family, you stayed with the course. Give yourself a hug. Oh, you did it. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. That's right. No matter how much the test was, you passed it with flying colors, and you are able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can think or ask by the power that worketh on the inside of you. God gave you the ability to be this great nurse that you are. All of my graduate nurses, I just salute you. And my engineer, I salute you. I love you all because I know individually what you went through. But they say, but God, my friend Chris used to say, but God. If it hadn't been for the Lord, I don't know where I would be. Okay, Adrian, you're preaching now. You got to calm down and get back down, girl. But I love y'all, and I know it was not easy, but it was not for the Lord. Where would you be? Now we got 2 MPs, 2 new graduate MPs. We got a graduate engineer. This is amazing. And it is all people that are going above and beyond. Yeah, won't he do it? Will he won't he do it? He is faithful every time. God is faithful no matter what. He is faithful. Now look at this. Look at let me tell you, y'all about to make me stand around and jump around and shout. My girl, Christy, but God. Yes, ma'am. That's her favorite thing. But God. Yes. Every time. And speaking of graduating, I think it's been 2 years now. Christy got her doctorate in PhD. PhD. Get me right. PhD. And let me tell you, going through. But God, ain't that right, Christy? But God. Everything you guys did was a miracle because I know each and every one of your individual stories, and it was nothing but God. The devil tried to throw the shots, and y'all took it with stride and did not give up. So that is what I am so excited about. Let me tell you. Y'all don't understand because you know your individual story, but I know all your stories. And I tell you, everybody went through some of the same stuff and you still made it through. You didn't give up. It might have took longer, but you didn't give up. Every one of you. Money T just did her NP valedictorian. Girl, let me tell you, valedictorian. Yes. Ain't nothing but God. Nothing but God. I tell you. Inga just graduated with her NP over there in Alabama. Yes. Money T graduated over there in Utah. Yeah. She back here with me in California now. California. And Debbie has been NP for 22 years. Oh my God. Yes. I had another NP friend I sent an invite for her. I don't know if she was able to make it, but she's been an MP before Black people was MPs, y'all. I mean, she was way back when, as they would say. But I tell you, if it had not been for the God, our God Almighty, we just wouldn't be what we are. And I just thank you. And if you are like me and some of others, we started out like as LPN student. I was a student nurse. Then I was the LPN 1, LPN 2, got that little certification. I could do IVs, got 50 cents more an hour. That was a lot of money back then. 50, what is it? 50, 67 more centers, something like that. But either way, it was a lot to me. And then I eventually got my ADN, then my BSN, and then my master's. But I tell you, God has been good. And every time you climb up, it opens up financial doors, and it also opens up doors for you to get a different type nursing job. And that's what it's all about. It's just, it enhances you. And then I have another friend, Betty. She got her doctorate in nurse practice probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, she was one of the ones that came out. Her and Christy came in and visited me. But yes, let me tell you, y'all doing it. And I know what everybody went through, the statistics and all of that foolishness, but you did not give up. And that's what you need to be. That's what I want to say one more time before we get back into this. I want you to take a moment and just think about where you are now. Don't worry about what you went through. You're here now. You've successfully passed your boards. You successfully graduated. You have been in your field for at least 20, 22 years, or you have graduated at least 2 to 4 years. Like, you know the trajectory of where your life is going, and you have other goals and other dreams, but just be grateful. And just like you did that other stuff, you got something in your mind that you want to do now. So believe in yourself, get a plan, write the vision, make it plain, and though it tarries, it will come. Just like it took you a minute to get these degrees and these certifications, these accolades, it's going to take you a minute to do that. But if you don't start somewhere, start. That means writing it down, making that decision that you're going to follow through, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, and spiritually. You're going to give all of that to this new next thing. In 2024, we're going to birth something new. I don't know what your new birth thing is going to be, what you're trying to bring forth, what you're trying to be a labor of love. I don't know what it is, but you know. And we're going to be here as sisters and friends in profession, in life. Just because we women, we just sticking together. And if we got any men, we're not excluding you. We got the men in the house too. We're going to come together as a group of people to believe and encourage you on whatever that is. And if you're doing something that you're afraid of, you're on the right track. If you're doing something that's easy, well, you're not stretching your faith. I need you to stretch your faith. If you say you got $20,000 of bills that you need to pay off, then you say, God, I will pay my $20,000 of bills off in X amount of time. So let's get into it. Number one, when you're talking about budgeting, we're going to talk about our budget. So get your paper, get your pencil. I'm going to give you a 1 minute warning. Debbie, keep up with what 1 minute is. Get your paper, get your pencil. I don't even care if it's an old bill you got. Turn it over on the back and write, because you need this. This is straight off the press. God sent me today to help you with this budget. We're not ending 23 the same way. We're going to go in 24. We're going to be it. We're going to be the ish. We're going to be those girls that did what they said. Get that paper, get that pencil. Let's start writing down. Who else entered the chat? I got another person, because let me tell you, we done praised our graduates. We done praised our profession of nursing. Everybody on here is end up in nursing. That is the funniest thing. Who else is coming on the line? We got a fourth person. Identify yourself. Everybody get your paper and pencil. Stay focused. Because listen, I done took my fake ADHD medicine in my head and keep telling myself to stay focused, because you guys need this. I need this, because I get excited when you're excited. When you flourish, I flourish, because that is my assignment. I know my purpose. It is to bring financial healing and prosperity to people's lives, to help you be the person that you desire to be emotionally, financially, physically, and spiritually. Let's get this finance thing going, because there's other things you have to do in life. The finances are just the first step. And if you open the windows of your finances and set them free, you can do all those other things. The traveling, the new home, the better car, whatever you desire. Once we get these finances together, then we're good. All righty, all righty. Yes, I like that thumbs up. I like that thumbs up. So let's go on. The fourth person don't want to identify themselves, but that's all right. We're going. We love you too, boo. Whoever you are, we love you. Now, budgeting for 2024. The first thing you're going to do is identify the reason why you need to be, thank you, Debbie, why you need to be debt free. Identify. You need to at least name 3 things as to why you need to be debt free. Now, don't do this right now because I need to go on to all my little things. That's going to be your homework assignment. Identify the minimum 3. You have more, but 3 things, because that is going to be your vision of your motivation. Okay? That is going to be your motivation. You need a real reason. Now, I'm going to give you some reasons that I think, for me, stress-free, the ability to have control over all my money that comes in. The other thing is to be an example, okay? To be an example for my friends and my family. And the fourth thing is it's physically freeing, because when you have a lot of debt and you feel like you're paycheck to paycheck, and this might not be everybody's, but it's stress. And you see this rocking, this is what's happening to you. You might not be displaying it on the outside, but inside, your skin's crawling. You're stressed. You're nervous. Every little thing just gets on your nerves. And you don't know why you're so short-tempered and so frustrated. And it's because you're not settled with your finances, okay? We get those finances together. You don't want the phone to keep ringing and you see them calling, you see the mail coming in, or you're getting the email, due, late, all right? Or you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're not able to have any financial peace. So that's why you write those things down, right? Now, your motivation is going to be, so I can be an example for my children. So my husband and I can come on one accord, because he's a saver and I'm a spender and I'm messing up my household, or vice versa. Or I'm going to show my husband that if I continue to walk in the right direction, he might come along, and then our whole household will be blessed. I want to leave an inheritance for my children's children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You want to be free with your peace of mind, so you can now add to your retirement. So now you can add to your savings. Now you will have peace, that car that's barely making it, you're able to have the funds to be able to get another one without being stressed out. You are able to buy a home in a neighborhood that you feel safe and comfortable with. You are able to buy a better home that your family size deserves. You no longer be cramped and stuck together. And the other thing is, you'll be able to help your other family members. Because you say, I make all this money and I still can't do the things that I need to do. Let's more be a blessing to others. Not for ourselves, but for others. Non sibi sed alis. That's all I remember from Latin. So you want to be able to be a vessel to be able to give. All right? Now, I'm going to say this, and some of y'all might not understand, but the faith and the God that I understand, when money get tight, that's when you start giving. You talk about busting forth the windows of heaven that you won't have room to receive. You do that. You do that. You got half of the money for something. You open your mouth and say, God, I'm just going to bless this and this. I'm going to do this and this. Just opening your mouth, because he knows your heart before you can even write it. I'm going to give you a quick example. I had a girlfriend. She called me this week, and she's always very positive. She was a little, and I just let her, say what she needed to say. And it was some financial issue that came up. And, it was going to affect her children as well. And I said, well, do this and pray about it. Because she's a finance person like me, so I didn't really have to tell her. But I was there more for encouragement. She called me yesterday morning, and I wish I could show you. when she said, let me tell you about God. She did that like Chrissy, like God. I said, wait a minute, say it again, because I knew it was coming. I was ready. I said, say it again. She said, let me tell you about God. I immediately jumped up because I was ready to shout. I got over there in that little hallway of mine, and I said, go ahead, girl, tell me. She had a sale because she does a little part-time work. She had a sale that's going to bring her in exceedingly and abundantly above. Now, let me tell you what about this sale. This person was humdrumming, pretending or wavering about making this transaction. But that day, they sealed the deal. See, God is always on time, every time, all time. He's an on-time God. He's an on-time God. I mean, my whole body was hurting when I got through shouting. Oh, I used every muscle. I just stood up and I shouted. I say, let's FaceTime. Well, not FaceTime, you know, I don't have FaceTime, but we did the face-to-face. She has an Android, and we looked at each other, and she just saw me shaking and jumping. I needed her to know that I was with her, I believed, and I needed that faith because I immediately got off the phone and said, come on, God, now you got to do something. This ain't in her willpower. She didn't cause this. Come on, God, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. And God showed up. That was like the next day. He just showed up and fixed it. Won't he do it every time? But God. Yes. So it's good to have friends that you can share things with and shout to. You know what makes me mad? When people have me praying and fasting and stuff, and then they never get back with me. Oh, I'd be so mad. And I said it, I'd be so mad because you done wasted my time. I done listened to you. I done prayed with you. And 3 months later, they tell me, oh, girl, God, ain't nobody told me. At least give me the decency to call me and say something that what God did. So I can say my prayers of the righteous availeth much. When we stand in agreement on one accord, come on now. But anyhow, so that is what happened this week. I tell you, boy, we was done, and I was on that hardwood. I was getting it. I was so excited. I was so excited for her because the timeliness of God, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. And we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be faithful and acknowledge him. See, we acknowledge God when we're going through something, but we just need to acknowledge him every day. Every day. Like the other day, I just did not want to get up and do anything. I was like, God, I need you. And I had some little projects that I need to do. And finally, he was like, now I done told you how many times I'm going to tell you, you just going to keep laying there. So finally, I got up and I did make that one thing. So today, I got my list. I have ADHD really bad. I'm telling y'all, if I don't write it down, I will be all over the place and it's not going to get done. Now, one thing I'm going to get done is them finances. I don't care what. Now, I'm going to get them finances. I'm going to save that money. I'm going to do that kind of stuff. But anything else, I'm like, oh, all over the place. And the older I get, I really see. I probably do need a pill, but I'm just in denial and I'm not going to take it. But anyway, okay, so let's get back. So now that you've written down all those things that you have a reason, the vision of you getting your finances together. The second thing we're going to do is make a decision on the day that you're going to execute this new life, okay? This new way of living. Now, we haven't wrote what the new way of living will be. All we're saying is we have a reason for doing this, and what is the date? We need a date. I'm holding you accountable. What is the date? A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to wait for January 1. If that's your date, boo, that's your date. But I need you to put a date on it. All right? Remember, I said January 1, I would do the $200 every pay period for my Super Bowl tickets. I had that date, but I actually started about 2 months ago. But that was my goal to start at the first of the year. You have to have a date because you want to be accountable. All right, now we have our date. The next thing we want to do is to say what it is that we're really trying to do. On that date, January 1, I'm just using that as an example. What are you trying to do? Number one, I'm just throwing some things out there. You're trying to save for emergency fund. Number two, you're trying to do debt reduction. Number three, you're trying to stop spending. Number four, you're trying to share and change your spending habits. You're trying to understand who you are when it comes to your spending. That is probably the most important thing, because once you understand why, I am a product of where I was reared, and I look at the people, your inner and your outer family, because your aunts and your great cousins and all those people, everybody affects it because they're around you when you're young. When you see how people do and use their money, you end up just mimicking it until we go and see something outside of our four walls or our community. Then we will understand. And it was me. I learned when I was a student nurse, because no, I wasn't a student nurse. I was a PCT, patient care tech, and it's considered like a student nurse. And I would listen to the doctors talk about investment. They would have $7,000 in their checking account, because I'm nosy. I'm looking at them. I'm pretending I'm charting, but I'm looking, because in the ER, you had the clipboard and you just charted. It wasn't charting on the computer like it is. And I'd be like, who has $7,000 to write checks and do the. But that's okay. That's how I learned. I would listen. Those are the things that you do that helps you say, yeah, I saw my granny and them do that. That's how my granny and them did. That's all they knew. So what you are is a product of that. Then you start getting some education. Then you start being around some different people. But what is the trigger that gets you to spending? Some of us, stress, relationships, anxiety. Like people eat if they're stressed, or some people don't eat. You got to find out what that trigger is. That's one of the most important things, is trying to figure out what your trigger is. Because you can write what we're going to get to, your real vision, but you'll never be able to execute it if you don't deal with your personal stuff. And also, y'all not going to like this, but you worry about the Joneses. The Joneses have this. And it's a husband and wife couple, and you and your husband is nowhere near that. But the Joneses on one accord. They talk about every expense. They meet weekly and discuss their finances, and they put all the money together, and then they get their little separate little individual account. So what you spend won't affect the household, because the bill money, as they would say, the bill money is in one place. We're going to talk about that later. So I want you to write down a space on your paper. What makes me do what I do? This to me should take you at least 6 to 8 hours. Not just sitting there 6 to 8 hours, but over the next day. Really, I want you to look at when your grandmama went to the grocery store, when your mama went to the store, how they spent their money, how many times the lights got cut off. What was going on? What did they decide to do? Was it because they didn't have enough money, or was it because they chose to go and get a lotto ticket by 7 o'clock? My family, I don't care what is going on. Somebody by 5 o'clock gonna start taking them little tickets up and and somebody running into the store. I don't care what. But Shantae D. Arnold, you can't even get $2 of my dollars for that, because I'm just too cheap. I don't want to lose nothing. I can go to the dollar store and buy me some of my jalapeno chips and be just as happy, because I know where that money going, in my belly. That's what you have to do. Shakespeare says, to thy own self be true. Go back to your childhood. Then go back to the relationships, because this is the part you're not going to like. The Joneses is the people around you, in your sorority, at your job. Because we don't know that we're doing it, but we try to be on the level of other people or do what they're doing. Well, if such and such, I'm a nurse, she's a nurse, why? We should have the same thing. Why? But we don't know her story or his story. His story, right? Story. It's history. What have they been through? Some people got an inheritance. This girl, I'm helping her with her money, and she just casually said, oh, Adrian, don't forget about the $5,000. I said, what $5,000? Oh, my mother gives me $5,000 every December. Girl, y'all know I wanted to cuss, because I'm like, no, I don't know that your mama give you $5,000. She divides this up. And now that I know about dividends and stuff, they do that at the end of the year. So they give it away and that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, they bless their kids at the end of the year. So that $5,000, none of us are getting that. Now I speak for me, I'm not getting 5,000. I wish I was getting five. I'm not getting nothing from no inheritance while I'm still breathing. Okay? Or while they're still breathing, should I say. But that situation didn't make me jealous. I was happy. But guess what I was more happy for her about? She had the money to the side. She could have snuck and did whatever and not even told me that she had that money. Then we planned on how to add to, because she's buying a house next year. That's what we're working on, her house. She has a real good vision and she listens. Listen. Y'all better go back and listen to Beyonce. Listen. You got to listen to yourself. Listen to the circumstances. And how many times are you going to keep doing the same thing? Just butting your head against the wall. Butting your head against the wall. Bleeding, about a full concussion. And you still doing the same thing. You know you don't have no control on a computer. Deactivate all those subscriptions. They know. Let me tell you, I was looking for something the other day and it came back in the box like 3 days later. It was a purse. I was just looking. It's not in my wheelhouse because I took that money and I put some more in my savings. But you have to be able to look around and see. All right? Be honest with yourself and don't worry about what other people are doing. What is the goal for you? What is your goal? And some of you need about 4 to 5 goals for the new year. And let me tell you why. When you have these goals, they all kind of intersect and interact with one another. When you say stop spending, that helps you to pay your bills off because now you have more money to do something with. When you say reduce your debt, that means you have a plan, and we're going to write that down, of how you're going to do that. When you say, write in a budget, all of that filters in, right? When you say emergency fund, when you say savings account, when you say invest in my retirement, all those things might be 7 things, but they all work out on that spreadsheet. It's all working together, all right? It's just like you learning to play a sport. You have to have the running ability, the physical ability. You know, that means you got to work out, you got to get up early, you got to practice. And that's the word that I want you to remember when you're working on your budget. That is, you're practicing. Every day you're practicing, you're talking to yourself. Do I need this? Where is the money coming from? And what am I going to do with this? Before you do anything, you make those confessions out loud to yourself. Now, you see where I'm going with this? All right. The next step, once you identify those things, each one of those things, you're going to say how you're going to do it. So we're going to have individual action plans. And we're going to stop at this point because I don't want to get into the real budget yet because you got enough homework. How are you going to do those individual things? If you wrote down doing a budget, we're going to do that next week, okay? If you wrote saving and spending, saving money and all of that, we're going to do that next week. I just need you to identify the things that you know you need to work on. And be specific. If you want to save money, don't say I'm going to start saving money. I'm going to save $100 per pay period for the next 26 weeks. So how much is that? $2,600. Or you're going to say, I'm going to start paying off my first debt, which is $500. And then you say how much you're going to pay per month to make that happen. And then you got to say where the money going to come from. How are you going to do it? Where's the money coming from? So we're going to work on that. Don't get caught up in all of that. Just identify. I'm taking it slow with you guys. Just identify the things that you need to change. And nobody here will know it, just you. So be real, be raw. Some of you might say, I just need to clean my house up. My house is filthy. Since I came back from my trip, stuff is everywhere. My house was immaculate before I left. I just been laying around humming and bumming. But today, I'm going to get it together because you can't start the new year with a junky house. Okay? So whatever the thing is, you need to write it down. Now, we're focusing on things that affect your finances, all right? things that affect your finances. Now, if your garage is junky like mine, let's go ahead and sell some stuff out of it, okay? If you want to declutter, that helps go bring back to the finances. So that's what we want to do. So let's do a quick recap. First of all, you should be excited because you made a decision that you're going to do something different. You gave a date to when you're going to start it. You identify some barriers from your childhood, from life and your people that you interact with. And you also decided what those things would be that you would address. All right? And you're walking in love and forgiveness for yourself and others. And don't say, I tried this last year and 2 months into, by March, I was busted. That's okay. Get just like you fall off that bike, you scrape those knees, we're going to put some antiseptic on it. We're going to get back on the bike and we're going to keep going. Oh, that garage will bring more stress. Oh, I know it. But if it's something in there that you could sell to give you some money, oh, that will be good. And I tell people, if you haven't done something with an item in your garage or a closet within 6 months to a year, you don't really need it. And it's actually holding up space. If you have a rental unit, not a storage unit, you're wasting your money. By the time you move or buy that stuff again, you could have bought it again. It's unless it's family heirloom type stuff. I had a girl to do that. She actually was a family member. She went and did it, and she was able to make that happen. I see something in my ceiling. I'm sorry, that got my attention. So she said, I have 3 storages. I was like, 3 storages, and I said, you shouldn't do that. And in 4 months, she ended up having 1 storage. So she decluttered, got rid of, so she's down to one storage. The money that you spend on storage that stuff ain't even worth all of that. She moved irrationally, like sold a house real quick. And so she had to get out. And that's why hers was like that. But she just got comfortable and did out of sight, out of mind. So we want to do that. And let's just make these things happen, okay? Let's make these things happen. I'm very happy that you all are believing in yourself and we're going to take this road together. Next week, we're going to go into being specific on those items that you wrote, the minimum of 3 things that you're going to make happen in this new year. No more than 8, minimum of 3 that you're going to address. Now, I know you have stuff like losing weight and eating right. That's fine, but I'm talking about on your finances. Budgeting, reduce spending, saving, investing in your retirement, goals for your retirement. What are you doing for your retirement? Paying off your home, paying off your car, or saving for a new home or new car. Making sure you have your emergency fund. Those are the things that we're here to discuss, okay? And looking at your spending practices, your spending habits, all right? And how to just run from the store. That's what we're working on. I'm going to give you your time back. I'm going to say, I love you all, infectiously. I love you so much. And I am so grateful that I had the strength because I wanted to just lay down. And I'm probably going to go lay down another minute, but I am going to throw some clothes in the washing machine. I'm just super excited for you all. Let me leave this with you. Know that every time you make a conscious decision to do right, that little voice on your, that little bad angel, the little devil, excuse me, not bad angel, the little devil on your shoulder, it's like, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that. Look at you already messing up. You already thinking about. Find you an accountability partner before the next Saturday gets there. Somebody that you can talk to in between each Saturday. All right? And we're going to turn these to just 30 minutes because I'm going to give you your time back. That means we got to get on here at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard, 7 o'clock Pacific time. And we're going to do this together. All right? And we're going to be on time. We're going to have our little notebooks. And we're going to do what we need to do. When you come back next week, You got 7 days to write everything down that we talked about. Go through your social stuff with your family, your childhood. What are these barriers that trigger you to spend money? What is going on? Some of us spend because we're lonely or we're angry, and that's just something to do. It's a habit. It's just like waking up, brushing your teeth. That's what you do. You've been doing it for 40 years. So we got to figure out how to get that behavior change. All right. And knowing that when you come back each week, I think you should go to the Dollar Tree and get you one notebook just to get your budget together. All right. Next week, I will, those of you that's on the call, I will send out, I have a budget worksheet thing that I think will be fabulous for you to write things down. But in the meantime, your second homework is get all your bills, every one of your bills, your lights, your water, solar, cell phone, I mean, every single thing. Insurance, every bill you have. Because what you need, write this on the paper, the name of the bill, the due date, the minimum payment, the outstanding payment, how much they allow you to have. So like if you have a credit card, if you have a limit of 10,000, you need to write that down. What day the bill is due and what is the statement date. There's two different reasons, and this is, I'm going to help you build your credit too. It's your statement date and the due date. You need to know the difference. All right. I need you to highlight. I need you about 5 different colors of highlight so you can do that. So when you transfer that over to your spreadsheet, you'll know what to do. Now, the last thing, and this is the mistake I made years ago. When did you open that account? When did the debt start? What was the date? And I need you to be specific. It was January 1 of 2018. Because now we can say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That means that come January, you've had that bill for 6 years. And what is the interest rate? And how often do you pay it? Do you pay it monthly? Do you pay every 6 months, every 3 months, annually? Because then we're going to divide it up so you can save for it every month. So it's not a big deal. Remember, I told you one of those homeowner associations, 150. The other one is 83. Yeah, this one is 83. And one of them is 75. Okay, but one is annually, the rest of them are monthly. So that's easy, but the annual one I have to divide by 12. And then you put that in there. This is going to be fun. All right, we call that sinking fun. So we'll have the money when we need it. I mean, every bill. And if you don't have the bill, go ahead and call the people and have them mail it to you. But when you're on the phone, ask them the questions. Because I'm a physical person. I want you to see it. I want you to see this mess that we've made, but we're going to dig our way out. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Get ready. Get ready. January 1, this is the 23rd of the month. We don't have about 7 more days. We got to get there. We got to get there. So all this preparation, don't get to having too much fun, because you need to get those bills. I'm telling you, when you see all that stuff, we're going to do this together. Oh, Lord. We're going to get it together. All right? Everybody happy? I need a thumbs up. Put some likes up there. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Because we really need to do this together. And don't be selfish. You need to give your children, your friends, your family, this, they need to subscribe and they need to come along. This is the beginning. They have enough time to get on this, because we're running that first Saturday in January. We are like busting up. I need y'all to be ready, because if you have it already set up, you'll do right. And I will have a lot of you, once you say what you want, I will say to you, you need to do allotment and have that pulled out. pulled out, so you will it automatically go and do what you need to do. If you're gonna have emergency fund, you need to go ahead and do your a $50 allotment, $20, whatever, so you can start having some money for an emergency. Automatic, because some of us just don't have the discipline to do it. But if we set it up, we'll do it. All right. And let me tell you two good things. I looked at my TSP, shining, shining, shining. I was so excited. And then I got overexcited again. I'm addicted to saving. I'm at 54 now, 54K now. I mean, like for real at 54. And I will be at 55 before the end of the year. I can't help it. I want to see that money in my, over there in my high yield savings. That's what I'm doing. So we're all doing things together. Love you guys. Love you guys. Do your homework and let people subscribe. Bring them in, because why should you be the only one that gets your finances together? Let's make a goal that everybody bring 3 people. So it's 4 people on here. If everybody bring 3 people, 3 times 4, that's 12 people, okay? We should have 12 people in here, 12 or more. So say, look, I know you've been talking about your finances, especially if you have kids. Kids don't listen to their parents. They'll listen to somebody else, but they don't listen to the parents. That's just how we're wired. But send them here. This is what we do. And we do it in love, because we always know that one day somebody will be good and the next day somebody else won't. So we have to be there for each other. So let's have at least 12 people next week. All righty. Believe in yourself. Don't get distracted. And set time every day to work on those goals. I don't care if it's just 15 minutes. Work on writing down the things that we talked about today. Now, give me about tomorrow this time for something. The computer, this live, if you miss something, this live will be on, and you have to go under live. It'll be up tomorrow around this time. So after we get off, I'm going to save it. And I think it's because I have too much stuff on here, but I don't know how to do it. And go back and go step by step by step. I'm going to make some mini shorts with these, okay? So this is what we're doing. We're here together. Have a great day. Atlanta, California, Florida, all my peeps. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay. Yes, everybody. Have a great day. Goodbye. Yes, yes, yes. My people, my people.